Okay, welcome back everyone, Zaf here. Happy holidays to all my beautiful viewers out there. Thank you everyone for tuning in. That's your gift to me. I appreciate it so much, but instead of enjoying the holidays, I'm stuck here testing the brand new weapon. I did rush to unlock it all the way to A5, but don't worry, we're gonna test every single advance out. That way we know just how good the weapon is. Every single person out there should be able to get it to A4 if not A5. I did the math. It should be fairly easy to do even if you don't have a car unlocked. You should be able to get all the way up there. We get 3 copies from the shop, we get 1 from day logins, and we get a bunch by using keys, so you should have enough for 2 more copies there by using your keys. That way you can get this weapon to A5, and it's honestly not a bad weapon. As you can see here, the effect Golden Wound does give us a 99.99% light damage increase, but the question is, how does this apply? If it's a straight up 99% bonus, well, this will be one of the best weapons in the game, but does it apply to every hit? Is it just the first hit? Does it stack on top of our existing multipliers? Is it additive? Is it multiplicative? We'll have to see. Very important we check this out. And then the other effects here as well. If we go down and go on the shield, we have more damage increases to light, 20.24%, so for 2024, and then the attack increase 12.25% for December 25th. Very cute for the devs, and more light basic skill damage increases. So let's test out every single thing here. That way you know just how good this weapon is and whether or not this weapon will be meta defining. And by the way, it is your last chance to support for free codes. Link is down below. Thank you everyone who is supporting. Almost at the 25,000 mark. Trying to reach that mark so I can potentially milk out 1 more code from the devs who support. You get codes. Link is down below. It's free. You know what to do. Go, 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 go. Alright, back to the video. Alright, so as you can see, I have been testing for quite some time, 8 hours in, and I don't want to waste your time by showing you every little thing, but let me give you some summaries and tell you my findings because that's better. So let me just jump in and show you what I mean. So as you can see, the weapon is A5 because I spent a long time trying to figure out what the best combos are for releasing the damage results, but again, I'll show you all our testing. There is an issue with the Gold-tailed Fox, and that is this effect right over here. If we go down, we can see the Golden Wound effect. It doesn't apply the way we thought it would. So 99.99% light damage increase is not a flat damage amount when the debuff is activated because of this effect right here. Being hit by a light attack removes this effect, so if our ability has multiple hits, this effect gets taken off right away. It's not like one skill, it's one attack. Literally just one attack. Even if you blow some light damage onto the boss, this effect gets removed, so it's not ideal. So basically when it comes to all our light weapons and skills, they are multi-hit. In this case our staff, only the first hit does get that bonus there, and also you have to remember, we don't really know how this bonus is applied. Is it applied on top of our current multipliers? So let's say we have some multipliers here, 100% times 3, so 300%, and there should be one more here, like 150% if I can find it for A5, boom, 150%. So is this being added on, or is there a separate bonus? Well, let me show you because it's not a separate bonus, that's for sure. This is just for the A1 Fox weapon, testing our staff's damage with no debuff and the buff applied. So if a crit, we dealt 6.5 million damage, and with the buff applied, we dealt 7.4 million. With no crit, we dealt 2.88, and with the buff applied, we dealt 3 million. So that's only a 4% difference between the two. You have to remember, the staff does provide us also a crit damage increase, so that's probably why we're getting a 10% increase right here, because of the crit damage bonus. So 4% bonus, let's say with no crit, is not the 99.99% bonus we were expecting. Very disappointing. And if you're wondering, let me show you how I tested it out. That way, you know it is accurate. So if we jump into the guild boss, let's go to the boss, boom, let's go to game modes, guild boss, I'll show you what I did. So enter, and boom, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So as we jump in, what I do is basically I load up our skill here. Doesn't matter if the extreme evasion move hits, boom, 3.605, and that was with no crit, so let's do a crit run. Let's see what happens here. Same thing. This ability is the same as applying a 500% loadout, so 8.6 million. Let's run it back, 8.6, remember that figure. And boom, same thing, let's go, 8.6 please, and there we go. You saw there, 8.555. Again, the damage results are super consistent, that's why I'm using the staff. And as you can see down below, we have 8 stacks left for the Fox weapon. That's because our staff used one of these stacks, so you'll see here, I'll do it again. Using the weapon, boom, 7 stacks now because it does apply one of these stacks to the weapon's damage. and again around the 8 million damage mark, so the damage is very consistent. Now, this is what I did when it comes to testing the debuff out, so I'll show you. Let's jump back in, and the first thing I do is I use the weapon, get the golden, whatever it's called, debuff being applied here, and there we go, golden wound, and I just charge a staff up all the way to 500%, and boom. So remember, the Foxtail weapon dealt 844, that being 844,000, and the boss HP at the top right is at 10.6 million. That means we dealt 9.8 million of the staff. That's with the debuff being applied, of course. So now you can see with the live test I just showed you, A5 Fox with the staff damage, no debuff, and with the buff, using a crit, 8.6 million damage, and then 9.8 million, and the damage change difference was 113%, so 13% gain, around 14%, so very similar to this result here. Again, some variance, give or take. We also got a 10% light damage bonus, but those bonuses are pretty low overall, so that's why you can see the results are pretty consistent. So let's go back and see what the A5 effect is all about. So let me just show you again what it does do for us. So if I go to exit here and I'll show you the A5 weapon, A5 and A1 are the only real points where we do gain more damage, ignoring the bonus effects. The A5 mark is where the damage just supposedly come in, so let me just go to our weapon here, exit, go to Jinu. That way I can explain to you how all these results come to play, because as you can see, with the raw staff damage and the A1 damage, it's basically the same. But that's pretty obvious because the A1 mark, we're only getting a crit rate and crit damage increase, but at the A5 mark, that's where we should get more damage coming in, so let's cover that. Very important, of course. And obviously I'm going to skip a lot of the live testing because it just makes the video so long. I haven't had it for actually a very long time. I don't want to bore you with that. So A0 here, I keep saying A1, but at the A0 mark, we're only getting a crit rate and a crit damage increase, okay? To our light basic skills, that's the default 9 stacks we get. And when it comes to the A1 bonus, the only bonus we're really feeling is this right here. That being this change right over here, you can see the 4% difference between these two attacks. And I'm assuming with the A5 Fox, if we didn't deal any crits, and we had the same two values here, we'd only gain around a 4% bonus or plus the light damage we get. Actually, you know what? Let me test that too. Let's do no crit for the A5 Fox with our staff damage. That'd be pretty cool to see. So I'll do that too, but as you can see, we do mainly get a crit damage increase. But as you can see, between our A1 crit figure amount and our A5 crit figure amount, we did get a 32% damage increase. So not too bad overall. That's with the light damage bonus, the attack bonus, so we are seeing a bonus being applied, but not to the extent we probably were expecting based on how the weapon is worded, which is a little bit unfortunate, but let me just go back in and I'll show you. So main bonuses being applied obviously are the 10% light damage increase, and we skip all the way down here, and then we have this. So we get a light damage increase of 20.24%. Again, not sure how that really applies. We are getting a 12.25% attack increase as well, only when we have light weapons equipped. And then we have the Foxtail getting an enhanced effect, increasing our crit hit damage by 20.24%, which again, I didn't really realize too much of a bonus between our base hit and our crit rate. So overall, the weapon isn't too strong, but let's test out the A5 crit damage result, and then I'll use Plum and just a dash once to use a skill as well, so we can see how our damage does compare as well. So let's go and get our final numbers here, and then I'll give you some sort of a conclusion or consensus based on my testing. Again, my testing showed you what I did, so you can be the judge if it's accurate or not. I always leave it up to you guys to decide, but overall, based on what we're seeing here, not the craziest result. So let's test, crit damage. That way we can see what the staff is like. So boom, jump in. Let's see, no crit and no debuff. We got a 8.6. That is our crit result. So let me just jump in and do this over and over again until I get the no crit amount. Give me a second here. It does take a very long time. Again, 8.6. You can hear the sadness in my voice. That was like the temp number 500. Let me do it again. There we go. 3.588. That way we can kind of see how much of a damage difference we get. It is actually a bit higher compared to the A1 amount. Not too bad. So let's just jump back in. Let's do the debuff now and see how much our staff deals. Again, with no crit, that's the goal. Just see the baseline here. So let's apply the effect and just hope that we don't crit, which we probably will. I hate that. So we got 10.6, which is a crit. Run it back. Now I can tell you the weapon does kind of fix our crit issues, that's for sure, because I'm not seeing any non-crits being applied here. I actually don't even think it's possible to not get a crit coming in. 812, let's see. Yeah, so we're just critting nonstop. This is like a long time, so BRB, I'm gonna stop recording and get the no crit amount coming in. All right, so let's scrap the the no crit number. We don't need it, it's not important. I do think the brand new weapon does fix our crit issues with staff because, yeah, every single hit was basically a crit. So anyways, what I do want to see here is the damage difference between our A1 result and our A5 result. So let's see, boom, boom, boom. We got around a 24.5% difference. So not too bad. Let's try with Plum. Let's see, can our OG Plum weapon provide a better damage result? Let's see. So let's jump back in. Yeah, 9 hours. I've been at it for quite some time now. Please drop a like on the video if you want to see more videos like this. My gosh. Okay, let's go to Plum, the final part of our test, the final hurdle. Let's equip Plum and see what happens. So we already have our baseline results. The only issue is with Plum. We're getting attack increase, so we don't want that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out our testing Plum. Yes, we have a testing Plum here. I'm going to advance that up. That way, when you have a brand new A5 weapon, confirm. Wait. What is this getting us to? A5, right? Nothing more than that. Oh, and 4, advance. Please don't tell me it's going to give us like A6 or something stupid. And boom, A5, beautiful. Let's confirm. I'm going to next level it up all the way to 100. So I'm going to waste all my materials here again. I do this for you guys. My second Plum, by the way. Don't need to be doing this at all. My account losing progression here, but again, for the sake of testing on the community account, I don't call this my account. I call it the community account because this account would not be possible for everyone here. So this is our account per se. I remember Gideon in the comments is like, "Oh, our account, pass it here. Let me try it out." No. Everyone relax. Still my account, but I am sharing the love we get with it, whatever you want to call it. So let's level this up, get it to 100 really quick. And then we can test out with a dash and then also with the Plum's effect overall to see how much of a damage gain we get. So when we start out the match, I think I'm just going to straight up just use Plum's skill and then use the ability of Far Staff and see what type of result we get. I'm going to equip back our Sharp Perception. I took it off, trying not to get any crits being applied, but that didn't work out. So Sharp Perception. If you're wondering what artifacts are like, basically I'm running just random mess of artifacts here just because I don't want them to influence our damage. So only toughness for the crit rate. That's all we need. Let's go back to the guild boss. Boom. Here we go. And let's use our Plum now. That's kind of exciting. Let me use the right Plum. Totally forgot. Let's use our damage test Plum. I wonder if anyone sees my account later on. They'll see an A10 Plum and another A5 Plum. They'll be like, what the heck, dude? What's up with that? And I guess for BOT videos, I'll use that to make my account more comparable to the average account on other, because a lot of you should have A5 Plum. My free-to-play account has an A5 Plum, so there's really no excuse out there for not having it to A5. It's only like 30 days old, that account, not even. So actually, let me reset. So when I jump in, use Plum, get the bonus, get the effect off, and then dash, get the Plum effect also off, so boom, get that in, and here we go, and we dealt 7.99. So we run that back because I wasn't sure if that's a crit or not. That's the issue. We never know when it's a crit. We don't have these staff anymore. So it does kind of lower damage in a sense. So here we go. Boom again. And we got 7.9. Let's retry it. So we are actually seeing a notable damage increase. I'm actually very surprised to see that. I'm not going to lie. Was not expecting it. This time we got 8.2. That might have been a few more crits. Let me just put that in. 8.2, though I might have hit the boss with another skill. Let's just keep running it back over and over. That we do get a good sense of the damage here. Let's do that again. Plum skill dash and see what happens here. Maybe the effect wore off for the Plum. Nope. We got 7.9. Let me actually do that instead. Let me dash and then use the ability. So just keep running it back on repeat. Okay, we got that effect off and we dealt 8.3. Okay, so that's actually with the draw effect being applied. So that's the correct amount, 8.3. I'll just do a few more times off screen. That way I can see what the damage is like, just to be super duper sure. And actually, let's do a run without any dashes. How much damage do we deal? No dashes, nothing. Boom, full effect, and 6.73. And that's just because if you look down below, we do have some bonuses when it comes to Plum. So that's where the variance does come from. So surprisingly, around a 200,000 damage increase. But again, so we try, run it back over and over again. Though I can't remember if I dashed that time. Maybe it was a dash. Let's keep doing it over again. Trying to see what the tests are like. 6.7. Okay. Let me actually put that in, hold on. And let's do a run with just a dash, no skill being applied. That way we get one more result and we have a pretty good balance here. Okay, let's see how much damage here. And 7.684. So I'm liking these numbers here. I'll show them off all in just a second and we'll kind of compare. Overall, things do look good for the brand new weapon. It is a replacement per se, so 7.74. Alright, so let me just cut back to the sheet. That way I can show you basically the final results and kind of our verdict when it comes to the weapon itself. So when it comes to using Plum, when we use our dash and the skill to get more crit damage off, we dealt 8.3 million damage, but when it came to the A5 Fox weapon, we got close to the 10 million mark. So that is a pretty big increase overall. And even with just a crit, Plum obviously dealt way less damage because there's no bonus effects being applied, so we can say 6.7 million with no dash, no skill, with a crit of course, using Plum, versus the A5 Fox weapon with a crit, no debuff being applied, we got 8.6 million. So I'm actually genuinely impressed. I hope my testing wasn't off here, but everything does seem to be pretty darn accurate. This, of course, does not include our skills, but same thing, this will apply to our skill damage too. So overall, when it comes to a light combo, I do truly think using the Fox Staff is the way to go. But then we have to test out one more thing. I thought the video was done, but how about compared to other weapons? If we use other light weapons, what will our damage be like? So I do now have to do a full run. 2-minute run. I'll use the Fox weapon with the spear, both of the spear. I won't use Plum, don't want to use that. And I'll use our light skills in conjunction all at once for a 2-minute round and see what the damage result will be. This will be so much fun, everyone. Do stay tuned. I'm going to do it, I guess, off camera because who wants to sit through that? So give me a second here. I'm not going to milk out your watch time. I'm going to do the test and then see what happens. Actually, you know what? Just to be consistent, I might as well show you. I mean, you can just skip this part if you want. Totally okay with that, up to you. But here's what I'm going to do for the test so we can understand what I'm doing. So if we jump into our weapon list, I am going to, actually, I'm going to use the Fox Staff right now. And I'm going to use 2 skills that are fairly easy to get off. So no issues with using them. Let's go to first Jinu and let's change up our skills. I'm going to use, these 2 skills right here are good enough for me. Very easy to get off. Consistent damage bases. And then, everything is fine there. And for our weapons, no Plum. I don't think Plum will actually perform too well. But maybe if I have time, I do actually have to go soon. I'm gonna use our Fox weapon and level this one up to level 100 as well. So let's start with our Fox weapon and just do a 2-minute run, not 3-minute, don't want to do that. So 2-minute run and see how much damage we deal using this loadout right here. So I do have to be very careful. I want to make sure I don't lose any cooldowns. I think when it comes to our skills, I'll use them a specific number of times. So as I jump in here, I'm going to use this, get the effect off, get everything off. No shadow steps or anything like that. Just make it very, very consistent. And boom, apply that. Use our skill, 1 skill, and another skill. So 2 of each skill. Everything gets applied once. We can dodge and stuff, no worries there. The debuff was applied. So let's see what happens here using the skill here again. And use that. And apply this effect. Boom, all the way in. Beautiful. And again, more skills, no QTEs. So 2 rounds so far. Dodging when we can. Using our abilities. Everything under the sun we're able to use here. Boom, boom, boom. And here's the staff as well. Oh, so much damage being dealt. Want to make sure everything is consistent. Fatna, you fat dragon. Gotta get the smackdown here. I'm making sure always getting the debuff applied when I can. Boom, golden wind. Easy. And good luck with that. Easy staff damage. Stupid dragon, that's okay. So 1 minute, and you know what? Maybe I should just do 1 minute. Because the dragon did fly up, so I'll actually keep it there for 1 minute. We dealt 56.484 million damage. Alright, so that's noted down, and let's apply our new weapon. Well, not new. Our guild boss weapon. Let me actually level it up. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna run out of weapon enhancements here. Am I recording still? Okay, I am. Actually, a few times during the video, I just wasn't recording. So I actually repeated a lot of what I just did in the video over and over again because the testing is so long. I'm actually almost out of storage space on my computer. Because the recordings have just been endlessly long. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so let's go to our weapon. Testing is just ridiculous. I'm not a fan. Let's go to here. Let's go to skills. And I think all the weapon skills were at level 7. Let me just double check here. I think 7 across the board. So I'm gonna do 7 across the board here. Again, making sure everything is consistent. Boom, 7 for this. And then let's do 7 more. There we go. And I guess I can do a summary at the end. Actually, I did one summary here. I'll do one more, maybe just a quick summary at the very, very end. Oh, I'm even losing my voice. I've been at it for so long. Anyways, got that applied. Let's level up the weapon itself all the way to 100. I'm actually running out of materials in general. It's crazy. This video has taken a toll on me and my account. My gosh. Alright, so I'm actually sending codes on the side, so don't forget, if you aren't supporting us, support us, it's free. The link is down below, that way I can send you codes. And again, trying to reach that 20,000 supporter mark. And soon enough, by the way, for anyone listening still, you can extend your support, not yet. You know, the devs that say they're gonna let us extend a little while back, but they never added it into the game or the website. So, devs, are you gonna let our supporters extend their support? The whole resetting thing is just stupid. I don't know why everyone's support is removed. Very, very archaic and dumb. A lot of people do forget support and then they're like, Zaf, where are my codes? You didn't give me my codes. I'm like, bro, your support got removed. I actually just can't send them to you unless you re-support. But hey, we got our weapon leveled up. I think I have to equip it though. Yep, let's equip it on. Where is the boom spear? And now let's try with the spear. In 1 minute, can we get close to the same amount of damage? Very, very curious. So in this case, we have no buffs being applied. So very simple. Just spam our abilities, spam, spam, spam. That way we can see what our damage is like. And boom, I should probably use our skills first. That's okay. Doesn't matter too much. And so far, 12.5 milli. I'll probably run it maybe once again. We'll see. And boom, 500%. Beautiful. Our staff dealing the majority of our damage. And here comes our light skill. I love the spear. So cool. Just the way the damage gets off is amazing. And boom, there we go. So far, it's looking pretty close. Let's use our staff again. And boom, not bad damage. Using our daggers when we can. And again, the spear is coming up shortly. Boom, 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 more spear hits. And we should get 1 or 2 more skills off here. Okay, and I think this is our last one. Let's see what happens here. Please don't dodge. Okay, we got off, and ooh, actually, less damage, 47.7 million. Obviously, that was to be expected because we are losing a lot of debuffs out there. So, when it came to our fox weapon versus a spear, there was a marginal damage difference. So this is in millions of damage, of course. If we divide these two, around 18%, so not the hugest amount. I did test this a few more times, and they were pretty comparable. Again, always within that 15-ish% range, so overall, I would say for a free weapon it's pretty good, but we already have one free weapon, that being the spear. And sorry, I know it says fox and spear, it should be fox and staff, there we go. So I know we have another free weapon, and they're both basically comparable overall when it comes to our damage, but the good thing is with the fox weapon, we can use it for BOT, we can use it for other game modes, we can use it in place of Plum. So overall, I would say we have some pretty good results here. I'm pretty happy. It's definitely a usable weapon, probably our best weapon when it comes to the second slot for light. I guess I can test Huntsman too. Give me a second. Let me just do it. Why not? We're here. That way we know what's actually going on. So let me test out Huntsman. My Huntsman is a 10 actually, so not a really good test. Let's do it anyways, just so we have the results, see what it's like. But we do get a 15% attack increase, but just for the sake of it, let me just see. And I'm making sure, obviously, for both tests, or all 3 tests, to do the same thing over and over again. There's no variance in what I'm doing with my skills, etc. They're all very similar. And boom, that missed, so I'm going to restart, obviously, making sure the damage is very consistent. And I would say Huntsman is actually giving us a pretty darn good result. I'm kind of shocked here. Let's just keep going, see what happens. I actually love using the staff. The staff is probably one of the coolest weapons in the game, period. Like, it's such a sick staff. The Wukong staff, and let's get our damage going here. Actually, never mind. I thought it would be a better damage result. No, it's actually not that good. I lied. I totally lied. Yeah, it's not. Wait. Maybe we're gonna get nope. Yeah. It's actually kind of the same as our spear. Wow, at A10-2. That's kind of disappointing. Spear, they get a buff. So yeah, we got around 48 million, but at A10, so not exactly an amazing result there. So here are the final results. Do with it what you want. Explained everything in the video so far, but when it comes to light weapons, yeah, kind of surprising. Actually, not that surprising. When we do use our skills, obviously, the fox weapon does provide some buffs, but remember, I like how I call it the light weapon when I should be calling it the spear. There we go. So the Gilbon spear obviously has different uses, Huntsman has different uses. even Plum, different uses, but when it comes to just going all light, it seems that the Golden Fox is the way to go, especially when you compare it with Plum, where the damage results were significantly lower, even when we dashed and we had the skill being applied. So I do think the Golden Fox does have a lot going for it. Again, do let me know what you think in the comments. I'm very curious based on all the results here, but overall, I would say it's probably the best in-slot light weapon when it comes to buffing our light skills only, and our light weapons as well. Pretty happy with that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully this gave you some insight towards how good the weapon is. I will be using it when I use a staff. It fixes the crit issue, gives us crit damage and light damage, and the only caveat is we can only use it for light skills and we need 2 light weapons equipped. If we're not using any light skills, well, I would rather use something like Plum that does buff everything in the game. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, make sure to subscribe, and please do support us on MRL's free supporter program. That way I can send you codes directly to you. On that note, this is your code King Zaf signing out. Take care, and don't do testing this game. It'll drain the soul out of you.